In this video, we'll be looking at linear graphs, and so we'll go over the basics of kind of the main equation and what the properties of the graph are. So the main equation of a linear graph is y equals mx plus c, where y, this is our y-axis here, m refers to our gradient, which is the change in y over the change in x, and it's constant down this curve. X, this is our x-axis, and c refers to the y-intercept. So we have an example here, y equals minus x add c. So comparing this to the kind of exemplar equation here, y equals mx plus c, y equals minus x plus c. The y-intercept is c, and the gradient is minus 1. Doing the same for this equation here, just below. The y-intercept is 3, and the gradient is 2. And for this equation here, we've got a bit more algebra in because we have letters instead of numbers. So the gradient is minus b, and the y-intercept is f. So our first problem is to draw these graphs. So a tip that I would have is to find the axes intercepts and then just connect those as a straight line. So y equals minus 3x add 2. So the first thing you want to do is draw your axes. So we have the y-axis and we have the x-axis. So y equals minus 3x y equals minus 3x add 2. We know that comparing it to the y equals mx plus c, the 2 is the y-intercept, and so we can just put a 2 here. But we need to find the x-intercept, and this is the x-intercept on this graph here. And we notice that the x-intercept occurs when y is equal to 0. And so we can simply do, okay, what happens when y equals 0? So minus 3x add 2 is equal to y, but minus 3x add 2 is equal to 0. So 3x equals 2, my apologies, and x is equal to 2 over 3. So if x is around here, 2 over 3, then we connect these lines, apologies for the pen. Hopefully that will go straight. And this will be the straight line for A. And for B, we notice that this is not in the correct form of y equals mx plus c. So we want to rearrange the equation to make y by itself a subject. And so we can do this by 4x add 5 equals 3y. And then we can divide all over by 3. So divide by 3, divide by 3. 4 over 3x add 5 over 3 is equal to y. And so if we just draw a small axis here, this is our y-intercept, this is our x-intercept. Sorry, our x-axis. Our y-intercept will be 5 over 3. Draw that here. And to find the x-intercept, then we can set y to 0. So we have 4 over 3x add 5 over 3 is equal to 0. We can times 3 by 3, so we get 4x add 5 is equal to 0. We times by 3. 4x is equal to minus 5, so x is equal to minus 5 over 4. Just extend this axis here. Minus 5 over 4 is here, and so our graph connecting the dots would look something like this. So that's a main tip for how to draw straight line graphs. You want to get them into the y equals mx plus c form, and then you can find the intercepts and connect the intercepts. And so I think in maths in general, there's a big focus, especially going on further courses, on calculating the gradients. And what a gradient is really is a change in y with a change in x, and that means that it's the steepness of a curve. So a curve like this is evidently more steep than a curve like this, and so we would say that this curve has a higher gradient. So for every increase in x, y increases by more than it would in this scenario here. And so to calculate the gradient, like I said, I'll choose a different pen colour. We have the change in y over the change in x. Now what does this mean? This means y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. And so we have two coordinates here. So we have y1 minus y2. So say 3 minus 2, 3y1, this is y2, this is x1, this is x2. So 3 minus 2 over x1 minus x2, we have 6 minus 4. So this is 1, all over 6 minus 4 is 2, so the gradient is a half. For b, we have, again, it might help to label, so we have x2, x1, y1, y2. And so subbing these in, we have y1 minus y2, which is minus 6 minus 4, all over x1 minus x2, which is 7 minus minus 3. So minus 6 minus 4 is minus 10. 7 minus minus 3 becomes 7, add 3, which is 10. So the gradient ends up being minus 1. And so for part C, it's more problem solving. So the line joining the line joining 3 minus 5 and 6a has a gradient of 4, therefore calculate a. Okay, so if we just label these, say this is x1, this is x2, y1, y2, the gradient is equal to the change in y over the change in x, and so we can have a minus minus 5 over 6 minus 3 is equal to, we already have the answer, it is a gradient of 4. And so this becomes a add 5 over 6 minus 3, which is 3, is equal to 4. A plus 5, if we times by 3 times by 3, is equal to 12. Therefore a is equal to 7. And so this was the main concepts of this video, just looking over the main properties of straight line graphs and gradients.